having been here for 4 different sessions, I sense something, but I don't know what I sense. And I like the feeling of calm and peace, and I want to learn from it and be educated. But I can't see anything, but I do feel something.
That's like me too. Especially the last session and the one before that, when you've gone into the vortex, my heart has absolutely raced, and I can feel a pressure like on my chest. Not a nasty pressure; it's a nice feeling, but I know that something's there, something has shifted, and it's such a wonderful feeling. And I'm so excited. I cannot. When I come out of here at the end of the session, I can't wait for the next month. I want to learn more. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I know I'm meant to be here. Definitely. Fabulous.
Do you understand what they're saying? Does everybody understand? Is there any questions that you don't understand? Any
The only
foundation
thing
bricks
that
that you
I
don't
struggle
understand?
with is about that there's no life and there's no death. I'm still a bit ee-wah-woo-wah with that. I don't quite understand that. Yeah.
Okay, so they want to answer that. This is why they're here. When we say there's no life and there's no death, what we mean by that is this earthly realm that humans are on right now is part of a dimension of an illusion like everything else. So it's a story. It's a story of a contract that you've chosen to experience while you're here. So when we say there's no life and there's no death, or death is life and life is death, it's because it's a continuation. And the continuation is energy. And the energy and the frequency of what we are choosing, why we are here, because we are part of you, you are part of we. So while we are here in this earthly realm, we are of energy at the moment. So Sage sees us in the way that she sees us, but we are still energy. So are you guys. Everything in this room is energy. Chair, candle, table. Everything is energy that has its place and it transitions on. We've said this example again. We're going to give this example again. If we choose that chair, which was a wooden chair, used to be a tree, it got cut down to a chair. We can cut it down now and make it something else. We might want to make it into a pencil and make different pencils with that chair. It's a transition, yeah? So it's change its form to make something else. That's what death is. Humans change its form to something else. But because humans are not educated or told about death in this way, it's a fear. And it becomes a fear energy, not a transition of energy. So what we're saying is try and look at it as, if you want to look at nature, if you want to look at how the element works, those are the energy fields that gives humans messages. If you don't understand about earthly realm, or if you don't understand about humans, look, there's signs. We've given signs here, which is nature and elements that will show us that the continuation of how energy flows and how we should flow. And when we say we as you, as the oneness.
Thank you.
I do believe that we have a contract before we come here, and I feel it's a personal thing here. So my husband's not here anyway, so that's okay. He is so negative, and it's a very, very hard struggle for me. And I want to know how spiritual beings could help me. It's a continuous fight for someone who's completely full of fear and struggle, and I love him, but he's making me ill to live with. I wonder if they have any encouragement for me and see what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, so they want to come through and they're saying they're doing this.
So,
Let go, release yourself and allow him to be. Release yourself and allow him to be.
my husband to be.
He's being his contract, he's being what he needs to experience, you're being what you need to experience. It's okay that two people are not on the same frequency but can still love each other. It's okay to allow a person to be and experience what they need to experience, and you can look on with love.
Very hard to look on with love.
Yeah, and this is why release and detach and let go and learn. This is part of your teachings. Learn to let go and love from afar, where there doesn't need to be a physical separation. What the separation is going to be is allow you to see different aspects of love and different aspects of contracts of humans, of what they're here to experience and do. You have your contract. You're here to experience. You're a very spiritual person. You're a person that likes to dive into things and look at different things and break things down. And there's some people that's structured and just think one way. And that is the only one way how they look. There's no right and wrong in this. It's about learning to love that. And it's okay that someone can be, being willing to turn the page and look at difference, and someone that's willing to just say, this is just me, and this is how it's going to be, and this is how I see it, and I don't want to see it no difference because this is my contract, and that's okay. So your teachings is to love, release and love from afar, and you making yourself ill, you're doing it to yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. No one can make you ill. No one can make you stressed unless you want it to be. That's their frequency, that's their energy. You don't need to take it on, even if it is your husband, your children, grandchildren, people you love, people you don't know. You don't have to take on that energy. So what we're saying here for you is for you to be able to detach yourself, not from your husband, detach yourself from your family and allow yourself to love by sitting down and observing. Love them for who they are and love them for just being. And you will start to feel the calmness in your spirit and in your body for you to be able to, it's like you're in a field. So we see you in a field of flowers and you're sitting down, and for once in your life you're able to let everything go, not just from your present but from your past as well. Just let everything go and sit down in the fields with all the flowers around you and allow those flowers to guide you and guide the detachment of family, and let them be free to be and you to look on and love. That is part of your contract of why you're here.
As you know, I've been doing some writing and trying to write this book, which I've, because of one thing or another, I've had to sort of put to one side and carry on with life, basically. But since I've been coming to these meetings, I'm getting more messages or something's coming to me up, and I go, wow, yes, that's true. And I'm writing it down now, so it's sort of progressing from that. it's nothing that I'm thinking of, and this is how it happened before with me. This is where the writing started originally. It was suddenly like a thought would come into me that wouldn't be me. It would be something I hadn't been thinking about or dreaming about. It would just be suddenly there, and it would expand. And I'd be writing it down quicker than I could think about writing it down. So that's why I felt that it wasn't coming through me. Well, it wasn't coming from me. It was coming through me rather than from me. So I've had that from these meetings, and I find that helpful.
You have a spirit guide, and the spirit guide always comes to you at certain times, and this spirit guide wants to get to know you more, so it comes to you through writing. It doesn't just come to you through writing, it comes to you through your drawings, it comes to you through your creative mind. So when you're just at home thinking, and your creative mind finds itself through nature, through animals, when you're thinking of the nature side of things, that is your creative mind also. And it's trying to connect with you further, but there's something stopping. And because there's something stopping, it only can come through you, through those things. So you get it, and you will write it down, but then there's a stop there. And the continuation is not there for the fact that there's a blockage there. So release the blockage, and you'll be able to hear the spirit. You've got about 3. There's 3 there that's with you, and the 3 that's with you different energies. So there's one that's like it's not human energy, so it looks like it's maybe like a dragon or a dinosaur, a big energy. And then the other 2 appears to be human-like. So there's 3 there that's working with you. There's not even 1. There's 3 there working with you. And the more that you open yourself up to hear them, and just hear them, the more you're going to be able to work with them more to really complete your contract. You're going to be an energy that you're going to do something, and then when you transition on, it's going to pick up. And you're going to like that. When you transition on, you're going to like the fact that you've left something behind that can be picked up and been done things with. So you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. Your energy and your spirit will be happy with that. Is there anyone else? Because this energy of the beings are going to be changing form in a minute.
There is confirmation from these meetings for my path, and since I've been coming to these meetings, my energy has changed form in the sense where my blockages are being removed very fast, whereas before they were not. And sometimes I feel that the last bits of blockages are now being removed. I have many skills and gifts that I've been given in this life, which I would like to use in my purpose. And I have a lot of hope that they are going to be flowing, because I feel in this life, my contract is to be out there sharing my gifts with people to make them feel better. But I have let go of everything. I don't want anything. I don't expect anything. And from that feeling and being in and doing, or not doing sometimes, things are coming in that feel natural to me. And I'm very artistic, so writing, artwork, hands, using my hands and my energy has become a lot more clearer. And so the teachings of the beings are corresponding with the teachings I follow in other realms of life. Those are the changes I've noticed. Thank you.
We smile as your energy is still a spirit of a child. And that's a good thing. And that's why we smile. More humans need to be able to have access to the child side of their energy. You have access to that. And that's a good thing. You will grow to see, when you allow yourself to open up more and open up more, where you say you have many talents, those many talents will start to come in, and it will become just one or two entwined into the many. The energy that you are, many things, and doing many things can make you trip up at times because it's too many things all at once. You need to bring them in and let them become as one or two things at a time. So with you, it will come to that. So you're searching and you're searching and you're searching for different things. And that's a beautiful thing. And when that time comes, when the finished ending product of the searching finds itself, you will know where the balance will be for you to bring them all together, and it will become the oneness. You're still on that journey. That's why we feel the energy of a child, because you're still searching, you're finding, you're opening up that door, you're walking through it, you're running through it. And that's a good thing, and it will come. So keep on the purpose, keep on the journey, keep opening up, keep opening up. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. And it's also okay if other people don't connect with your truth, because it's your truth, your contract of why you're here.
I'm not going to say where I'm at because I don't really know where I'm at. I'm all over the place really. But what I want to know is, I don't know, probably maybe stems from my Christian background, and are we here? I understand. I mean, obviously my net's my best friend, so I listen to it all the time. Some of it I'm thinking, wow. Some of it I'm thinking, yeah. Some of it I can see the similarities in the teachings of the Bible and probably other religions. And thinking, yeah, we said the same thing. Even when Manette said to me, she sat me down one day and said, "God, it's really important to tell you, literally hold my hand for the first time in my life. There's no God." Now I took that as there's no one God, but God is omnipresent. Even in the Bible, it's omnipresent, it's everywhere. So if it's like, but all I really want to know is there's got to be a purpose. Are we coming back to experience this life to better ourselves, to help other people, obviously? Because it can't be that we come in and just have a jolly up. It's got to be, to me, a purpose, yeah. So I can see that I might go back up there at the end and say, you know what, I haven't suffered enough, and you've got to suffer, you've got to get the bad so you can really experience the good. So I can see that coming back and back, and God knows, sorry, how many times I've been back, probably lots, but to make our soul better, and eventually, I don't know, perfect's the right word, but that's what I feel, is that what the purpose of life is? Do you know what I mean? I'm not explaining it very well, but
Yeah. First of all, we want to say thank you for you're sharing. And we want to start off by that word, God. Now, we are energy of all things. Everything and anything is energy. However, humans have taken on communication. Humans have taken on voice, words. Before, there was no words, and humans communicated through sound, rhythm, noise, other ways of communication. And then they developed, and communication of words came. And through that, labels had to come. There's nothing wrong with labels. It's not the labels that can be a cause and effect to humans. It's your intention. So the word God, there's nothing wrong with the word God. There's nothing wrong with the word Buddha. There's nothing wrong with the word Muhammad. There's nothing wrong with the word Allah. It's your intention. And that your intention is the energy that will connect with that word. So you have humans or children that have a mum and dad, and they will say mum and they will say dad. And depending on the children's intention or the parents' intention will determine that story, that relationship with that mum and dad and the children, because it's not the word. They could be mum, they could be father, and they still maybe didn't have a good upbringing, or they did have a good upbringing. So it's not, and people would think, but that's my mum, but that's my dad. It shouldn't be like this. Why? But that's my mum. It's only words. It's the intention that determines any story that anyone would like to experience. So for you and for anyone, it's about your heart. It's about the pure bliss of energy in your spirit that's going to determine your story that you're going to experience. Now, some people are here to experience many things, many things. And it's not for another human to condemn that, because we are here as a spider web. So we're the oneness of the spider web, but within that spider web there's different pockets. And everyone has their own experience with that pocket, to be able to identify their makeup of why they're here and what they need to experience. So yes, some people have a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. Some people's purpose is going to be different to others. Some people's purpose is actually just to have children, not to get a job, not to make loads of money, not to be a millionaire, not to this, not to that, just to bear children. And that was their purpose. Some people's purpose is something different. So everyone does have a purpose. It's finding out what that purpose is for self. And sometimes with humans, what they do is they connect self with the collective, with the others, whoever that may be, and then take on other energies. And while you're taking on other energies, sometimes you forget self, and then you forget to listen to the inner self, which we would call the energy of all things. The inner self is the energy of all things, is the God, is the universe, is the Allah, is the everything, it's the oneness. And it's that inner self that has the key to our contract and to your contract, which is the we, which is the oneness. So to be able to identify, and this goes out to the all, to be able to identify the purpose, that the reason for being here in this earthly realm is to identify who you are within. That has to come first. And that is the God within, that is the universe within, going within, not without. The without is other people's ideas and other people's perception and other people's contract. It's good to be of it because we're all one, but to be able to really sit and listen to the inner contract of why you are here is to be able to go within. And this is why we are here, to give messages to humans to start to know how to go within, instead of finding information from without.
But how do you differentiate between like other people's traumas, like ancestral trauma, and either toxic behaviors like people pleasing and things like that? How do you differentiate?
How do you? Okay. Again, it's by being able to go within and understanding the different frequencies. So we're going to be going on to another section of this, and we're going to be speaking about the brain cells and the frequency of the brain. For now, we're going to answer your sharing and to be able to identify the difference of trauma and past traumas and present traumas, and being able to know how to let go and detach yourself from it. Again, you have to be able to understand going within. And to be able to understand going within and knowing what that word love means. What does love mean? What does love really mean? What is love? Anyone that's been coming to our meetings, they would know that we would say it's energy of bliss. Humans call it love, we call it the energy of pure bliss. To feel and to connect to the energy of pure bliss allows the oneness of the physical body to understand yin and yang, negative, positive, up and down, left and right, male and female, and within that comes the oneness. So when you get to the stage of going in and connecting with the oneness within and feeling the oneness within, you're able to then identify and shift the energy field of trauma, abuse, discomfort, fear, anger, all those energies that humans experience. You're able to shift it and change it form. But to do that is about understanding, about going within. And that's what we will say to you. Anyone else before we go? We don't want to leave.
Yeah, I want to go. Since I've been coming to the sessions with the beings, I've been to 3 of the sessions so far, of the 4 sessions. I know that my whole energy has changed. And since my energy has changed, there are quite a few interesting things that have been happening to me. So I think there are lots of paths that are being made clear or just being opened without, well, effortlessly. I don't have to do anything. Things are just happening. And I find that I feel like I'm in the right place at the right time. And in the past, I would have described that as coincidental or just by chance. But more and more, it's feeling like it's not. And I feel like more and more I'm being connected in terms of the things that I say to people at particular times. And so my whole energy has changed, and I'm becoming more aware of my own thoughts and what I'm thinking. And I have identified with lots and lots of what other people have shared today. And just I think one of the biggest questions I have for myself, even though I've had these experiences, are there are things that I'm pursuing, and I don't know if when I come across, I wouldn't say a resistance or a block or a stop. Is it that those things are not in my contract, or are those things that I should release? But I figure you're gonna say I should probably go within. But over to you.
Everyone has an intuition, a gut feeling. Humans call it the third brain. So there's 3 brains in the body, and humans call the gut feeling the third brain. And it's that gut feeling that allows you to know when to go, pause, or stop. And when you have an energy feeling that's telling you to stop or pause, go within and identify if it's fear or the pure bliss. And only you can work that out for yourself. If you know it's fear, then allow the fear to go and then pursue it again and see what happens. If it's not fear and it's pure bliss and it just feels good and the stop feels good and you can feel it's coming from the pure bliss, then you know it may not be for now, or it may not be in this lifetime, and that's okay. What I would like to say, and I say I, because I want you guys to feel comfortable in this present time that we're speaking like we are speaking with you, not this energy or anything, not speaking at you, but speaking with you as a collective, is to understand the difference of energy fields that's within a human body. Because from the time you understand the difference, you're able to push your energy in a lovely sequence, of life where it can just flow. And every time you come to an experience, you would know if it's coming from fear or pure bliss. And if it's coming from fear, that's okay. You can work with it, but you're identifying that it's fear. What do you need to learn? Why are you here? If it's coming from the pure bliss, it's coming from the pure bliss. Humans need to understand the difference of energies that's within a human body, because there's more than the two. There's many, many different sides to frequencies and energies in a human body. And again, if humans ain't going within to tap into self, that higher self within, then a question like that will come often. I'm not sure, does it mean I go? Does it mean I stay? Does it mean I sit down? Does it mean, what does that mean? So it's the frequencies inside of this shell that humans have chosen to come into to understand the different frequencies within it. The same way understanding the voices in your mind and in your head. We're going to be speaking about frequencies now. but the voices in your head, what do you think those voices are in your head? If we asked you, how many voices does each of you have in your mind? Just have a think about that. And do you identify the different voices? And within the voice, some people might say 2, 3, 1, 7, whatever. Within the voice, there's always going to be different frequencies. And even with those voices that's within us, which is the oneness of who we are, it's different frequencies for a reason, for us to grow and for us to learn at the same time. So the answer to your question is going back to going within and identify the fair energy and the pure bliss energy. And once you work with them, you'll be able to work out straight away, this is a stop because it means this. Oh, this is a stop because it just is. Nothing more. It's just a stop right now. Oh, it's a go now. So now I can walk forward into life. Okay. We're going to give Sage just a little minute. And then we'll come back.